This is Bedtime Stories, Grown-Up Edition, Queenpin, Part 18. When we left off, both Angela and Ron learned some hard truths about Anya's childhood experiences and the lengths that Q went to protect his little sister. And we all got an education on the justice system as it relates to SA. The facts that Ron dropped are Googleable, and we should all be disgusted. And when Stephanie located Rennie, she realized that that girl's brain was gone, and there was absolutely nothing she could do to talk any sense into her. She was hoping that when she got everybody together, they'd be able to make a difference. The next day, Donovan was swimming in the pool at the estate waiting for Maribel. When she showed up in her swimsuit, she was ready for an afternoon of fun and dinner prepared at Donovan's hand. The night before, after he finished serenading her, he invited her over for a swim and a meal. He got out of the pool, picked her up, and jumped in. And from there, they had a ball for the next 2 hours. Then Donovan heard his phone ringing on one of the pool chairs. When he got out and answered it, it was a number he didn't recognize. On the other line was Manny Lopez. Manny said, "I'll give you $1 million. Donovan said, "For what?" Manny said, "To leave my daughter alone." Donovan said, "No deal," and hung up in Manny's ear. He looked at Maribel and said, "That was your pops." Maribel said, "What did he want?" Donovan said, "He wanted to give me $1 million to leave you alone." Maribel said, "You should hold out for $5 million and then you and I can split it." Donovan laughed and Maribel didn't. Before he could say another word, Veronica walked up. She said, "Donovan, I need to speak with you. It's important." Donovan said, "Veronica, I'm busy right now." Veronica said, "Please don't make me embarrass you in front of your little friend." Donovan said, "Veronica, don't make a scene." Maribel got out of the pool, wrapped a towel around herself, looked at Veronica and said, "Hello, Veronica. It's nice to see you again." Then she turned to Donovan and asked, "Is your door unlocked?" He said, "It is." She said, "I'll wait for you inside." She grabbed her bag, told Veronica, "Have a good day," and walked inside. Veronica just rolled her eyes. Then she said, "I'm glad somebody has some respect." Donovan said, "What do you want? You got 5 minutes." Veronica said, "With this whole situation with this case and me not being in real estate anymore, I am unable to get my business moving in the right direction. I'm running through my savings and I need some help. My Aunt Bernie suggested that I ask you." Donovan said, "She shouldn't have." Veronica said, "What? I have your daughter." Donovan said, "I offered for you and my daughter to move in here at the estate. I would have provided for all of your expenses if you did, but you didn't. So you have 2 options, Veronica. You can accept that initial offer. You can still move in here and I'll cover your expenses, or Bella can move in here with me and I'll cover all of her expenses here and you can figure out the rest." Veronica said, "No, I have another option. I can take you to court for child support." Donovan said, "You're facing felony charges. You don't have an income. Do you actually think that a judge would give you child support instead of giving me custody? I supply all of Bella's needs and put food in your house. That's the extent of the financial support that I'm going to provide. I'm not putting money in your hands and paying your damn bills." Then Donovan walked away. Inside his apartment, he looked at Maribel and said, "Tell me something. Are you really as unbothered as you appear?" Maribel said, "I will never let another woman move me. If I have something that she wants and she can have it, then she should. And if my presence bothers her, then hers should never bother me." Donovan smiled, nodded, and kissed Maribel passionately. Then he said, "I'm going to get dried off and changed, and I'll be right back." Then he came back and started the food that he'd already prepped earlier in the day while they talked. While they sipped on some infused water, Donovan cooked. And then, when they sat down for their meal, Donovan told Maribel about some of the architecture projects that he was working on. He said, "The biggest project I'm working on right now is the family community that we're getting ready to start building in Denton." As he went through the plans, he heard the doorbell. It was Miss Burney. Slightly trepidatious, he let her in. She said, "Angela told me to tell Veronica to ask you for what she needed. So I sent her over here to do just that. And you embarrass and insult her?" Donovan said, "If she was embarrassed, that was her fault. But I never insulted her." Bernie said, "You refused to support your daughter?" Donovan said, "That's not what happened. I refused to support Veronica. I already support my daughter." Bernie said, "Well, you threatened to take baby Bella from her." Donovan said, "No. I suggested that she take my initial offer or let me have Bella while she works through her financial issues, both of which were fair offers." Ms. Bernie said, "So you moved on and now you can't help her at all? Is that what you're saying?" Donovan said, "No, I said what I was saying. I supply all of my daughter's needs, and I'm going to continue to do so. But I am not furnishing Veronica's lifestyle. When she decided she was done with me, she was done with my money too. Don't she got a man? Why she can't ask him?" Miss Burney said, "Whether she has a man or not, she has your daughter. You're responsible for making sure that the household where your daughter lives is secure." Donovan said, "Exactly, which is why I made the offers that I made." Miss Burney said, "Donovan, I can't believe you would even be this selfish." She turned around and walked out, slamming the door behind herself. Donovan said, "I don't know who the hell they think I am, but I'm not made out of money, and I'm not just opening up my wallet and pouring money out because Veronica got herself into a situation." Maribel said, "Well, she is the mother of your daughter. Would it hurt you financially to help her out a little?" Donovan said, "No, but I'm not obligated to do that, and I don't feel compelled to do it either." Maribel said, "Understood." Donovan sat down, and they continued their meal. And when they were done, Maribel said, "Well, I need to head out. I have some things that I need to attend to. Dinner was wonderful, and I appreciate your time." Then she stood up, picked up her bag, and walked out the door. Donovan was like, "Wait a minute. Okay." Meanwhile, at the Omni in Fort Worth, LJ, Lauren, Stephanie, and True have been talking to Rennie for hours. True and Lauren arrived in Texas early in the morning. They cannot convince Rennie that she is not in a relationship with Q. She has insulted every last one of them, thrown something in their faces that she knows about them, said something derogatory about their spouses or partners or their relationship, pissed everybody off, but they haven't given up. LJ has already called psychiatric facilities, and he can't have her Baker acted because she hasn't harmed anyone else or shown that she's a threat to herself or others. And she isn't legally incompetent. Eventually, they go to Plan B. They call Q. When Q arrives, he can't convince her either. She's adamant that he's putting on a show for everybody else, so they leave them two in the room together. Q reiterates for the umpteenth time that he does not see her that way, that Angela is not standing between the two of them, that there isn't anything romantic between them. Even if he was single, they would not be in a relationship. And he practically begs her to get psychological help. And right when he was at his wit's end, somebody knocked on the door. When he went to the door, it was Angela. He said, "How did you get here, love? Please tell me you didn't drive." Angela said, "No, you asked me not to. The Queen Mother brought me." When Q looks in the hallway, he sees his mother and Woody, and everyone else is gone. The Queen Mother says, "Q, go ahead and head home. We got it from here." Stumped and a little concerned, Q says, "Are you sure?" The Queen Mother says, "As the day is long." Q says, "Okay. Woody, you good?" Woody said, "I got it." Then Q heads home. Inside the room, Angela looks at Rennie and says, "Rennie, I love you like a sister. I love your brother. As far as I'm concerned, he's my brother. But I'll put you in the dirt before I let you turn my family upside down like you did that professor and his family. Your brother used his connections to keep you out of jail that time, but that's where you should have been. You could have killed that man's wife, and then his children would have had to grow up without their mother. You still wouldn't have gotten what you wanted." Rennie said, "That whole situation was different." Angela said, "I am speaking. You are not." Rennie said, "You don't tell me when to..." Before she could finish the sentence, she was laying flat on her back because Angela had swept her legs out from under her. Angela held her down on the floor with her foot on her chest and said, "I will end you, Rennie. Don't speak while I'm speaking. You no longer have a position at Vibrantly You. As we speak, the apartment that you destroyed is being packed up, and I'm going to take all of the cost associated with repairing it out of your last check. There is a car and a driver waiting for you downstairs. The driver will take you to a private airport where a pilot in a private plane is waiting to take you to a facility out of the country where they don't give a damn about your mental health rights in the United States. In the meantime, all of your belongings will be shipped to North Carolina to Lauren's house, and the facility is prepared to give you the help that you need for however long it takes. Take advantage of the opportunity. Get well." And Angela removed her foot and took a step back, and Rennie took a flying kick at Angela's belly. Angela barely caught Rennie's foot, and when she did, she swung her around like a top and slammed her into the dresser. He screamed as she crashed into the chest of drawers, and Woody and the Queen Mother came running in. When they got inside, Rennie was in a heap, unconscious on the floor, and Angela was breathing hard. Woody carried Rennie to the car, and the Queen Mother expeditiously packed up the room. When Angela and the Queen Mother got back to the house, everybody was waiting for them to see what on earth happened in that hotel room after they left. When Angela told them what happened, Q was pissed. And Stephanie said, "It's about damn time you remembered you was a Lopez." LJ apologized fervently for his sister's behavior. And Angela said, "LJ, she's mentally ill. She should have been getting help. I know this isn't who she is. I still love her. But I'll body her little behind before I let her play in my damn face." Then she looked at Q and said, "And if you ever let a broad play with me or you again, I'll put you on your back too." This could have been addressed a long time ago. When Q went to defend himself, Pops Andy said, "Your queen has spoken, son. Be quiet." And Angela walked out of the room, went into the master suite, and laid down on the bed. When Q came in the room, he said, "Love, I hope you know I didn't encourage that girl. I put that on me." Angela said, "And I believe you." Q said, "Then why are you crying?" Angela said, "Because I love her." Then Q walked over to the bed and said, "I need you to take it easy, love. You shouldn't be crying. You shouldn't be upset. You shouldn't be swinging people around by their legs either." Then Q turned Angela every which way but loose up in that bedroom, and all of the safe positions, giving her multiple orgasms until she was calm and sleeping.